Hello and welcome to our Essence Sports Live here in our Essence studio. J Rod here. Our final Essence Sports Live until with this graphics package. Before we switch over to our Stanley Cup final, we'll be back with Stanley Cup final on Monday. And it will be the Predators against our winner of tonight's Game 7. Senators Penguins, that's still to come tonight. And also the Cavaliers taking on the Celtics in Boston tonight. The Celtics trying to win their first home game of the series. They won Game 3 in Cleveland as their only series win thus far. And it's 2 elimination games on NBCS and TNT in the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, we have not had a game since our last broadcast on Tuesday. But if you missed Tuesday's broadcast, you'd probably be confused. With the back on Tuesday, or the Senators winning on Tuesday, and I was not here for the beginning of the Tuesday game. I will not be here for tonight's beginning of the game. I'll be here in our studio about 8:40. So I probably won't understand this game as much as I should. But I did see that last Senators goal. I don't even remember how they scored it. But the Senators were given chance after chance to just put one in the net. And the Senators, they finally capitalized. And here we are in Game 7. Pittsburgh, 1-2 in a row. The only 2 in a row in the series. But can Ottawa win it in Game 7? There's no margin for error here in Game 7. It's win or go home. It's a 1-game series now in Pittsburgh. And I'm expecting a lot from the Penguins tonight. Just get off their feet and be ready for this Game 7. Because Game 7, it's not easy to be prepared for Game 7. But it's not easy to prepare for a Game 1. Not easy to prepare for a preseason game. It probably is, but we are not going to be all biased about it. Because the preseason, that's where you actually get the money. Where you earn your money. The preseason. Game 7s are my favorite. Because in a Game 7, everything's out on the table. And we're now joined by our good colleague at Wall's Family Networks. And the Senators trying to go on to beat the Penguins tonight. And the Cavaliers taking on the Celtics, with the Cavaliers leading the series 3-1. And both of these series in the Eastern Conference and both of these series have a Western Conference champion determined. And what are your thoughts? And I think his mic is broken today. We're going to call the agents to come get him and bring him back to the studio. I just got a message from friends over at grandmother. And, she's asking where my sister's game was tonight. Is there anything else we need to talk about? Oh, let's bring up our schedule for upcoming. And Boss is alive. That was so missed. And so let's show you our upcoming schedule for our live streams on the networks of SN and WAS. So we got no games tomorrow, so nothing tomorrow. And then Saturday, we're on Washington 23. If the Celtics win at 9:30 a.m. And then Sunday, there's no games, so we'll not be there. Monday's an interesting day. We haven't heard from Waz when his live stream will be, because he claimed it a long time ago to have that Memorial Day pregame for Game 7 between the Cavaliers and Celtics, but it would take the Celtics having 2 wins. And then Stanley Cup pregame, 9:30 a.m. on SN, right here on SN. And then no games on Tuesday, and then our last day of school, we have an SN Sport Stanley Cup pregame, 2 o'clock, previewing our game. What is it? Game 2 from the Eastern Conference Champions home. And then Washington 23 kicks off his NBA Finals pregames Thursday, June 1st. And then nothing on Friday the 2nd. And Saturday, it's another SN Stanley Cup Final pregame at 10 a.m. on SN. And then Sunday, on WAS for Game 2 NBA Finals, 9:30 a.m. And then Monday, we're back at 9:30 a.m. right here on SN for Game 4. That is our upcoming schedule. And it is to the point where we pick the games and we just flew by like 100 miles an hour. And that is not me. They're calling for somebody else. The last call for somebody else. So the series is tied at 86. And a person named so he's not here today. Washington 23. He's like in some cave. He's in this cave, like thinking about. I think we just woke up the bear from the cave.
I already picked my games. That's what I was here for.
A fox. And Jordan is just worked out the cave. Why he's picking his teams? He's picking them.
Senators are good. Cavaliers are good.
Why are they good? Like
because they were.
because they both won their last game.
Yeah. Penguins suck. That's why. When Penguins suck, I'll pick the Caps.
I'm gonna go with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Home ice. Even game 7, they won. So in this series on home ice, they are. Let's see. Wait, do our calculations. They're 2-1, I believe. Now game 7. The crowds is going to have their towels. This is probably one of the best crowds in the National Hockey League, other than the Nashville Predators, which are already in the Stanley Final. And Boston just got moved to the bottom. Essen got moved to the top. And I'm thinking Cleveland. The Celtics, they were mediocre in game 1 and game 2. And now I think there's doubt in these Celtics players that they're going to move on to round 4 against the Warriors. And I agree. There will be. It's hard to come back from a 3-1 series lead. Boston can force a game 6, or Boston can lose tonight and doesn't have to prepare for game 6. Cleveland, they looked good at the end of the last game. They showed some hope that they could win the NBA Finals. Because in the second half of game 3, in the first half of game 4, they looked like a team that could have been out in the first round. And for Jordan Wozniak and the rest of our SN Sports crew, J-Rod signing off from our SN studio. SN School is coming up on SN.